Keem Jones.
My boy!
Hey, what's going on, man? It's Keem Jones content here, man. I'm standing here with a creator, an innovator. Straight up. We'll let these guys introduce themselves, but we just got done screening the Arts, Beats, and Lyrics documentary. Standing here with the creator of Arts, Beats, and Lyrics. You know, who chronicled it.
Bill HORACE, the director of the film, Arts, Beats, and Lyrics.
JABARI, Art, Beats, and Lyrics.
Definitely, man. So, first off, fire. I have a question though. Your man W. Did he say he's from Fayetteville, North Carolina?
Yes, yeah.
That's
Fayetteville.
one. That's one film.
Yeah, he couldn't make it because he had to travel. So he actually left today, but I wanted him to come down here because his first job was in Wilmington. He worked at the paper over here. So this would have been a good homecoming for him, but you know, shit, I represent it, you know.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Hey, shout out to him, 268. But nah, man, creating something from nothing, bro. That's what you did. How important was it for you to make sure that this happened? Like, to make sure that this concert, this art exhibit, make sure this happened, and to see it 20 years later?
Man, it was important because shit, I wanted to pay some bills, you know what I'm saying? So if I booked the artist, or if I was doing a little show, or if I was doing the first ABL, I needed to have a launch pad. I needed to do something to keep my mind moving, or to say, hey, look, I may not find this job yet, but I'm striving towards something, and maybe it can go there. Because I was getting turned down by interviews or anything all the time, so I needed to win. You know, even if it was like promoting a DJ set or whatever, I needed a fucking W. And then those W's added up, and then shit, this is 20 years later, you know.
How important was it for you to chronicle that journey to this 20th anniversary show?
Oh, I think it was really important. I think it's I'm honored to have been able to kind of like immortalize this whole thing on film. You know what I mean? I wasn't super familiar with Arts, Beats, and Lyrics until like I started doing this, and which made it kind of like a very illuminating and like fun experience, because I was kind of learning as I was doing it. So I was kind of the audience. I kind of relate to the audience in that like I was them as I was doing it. I was learning it and figuring it out and getting to know Jabari and learning about the history of this as I was making this film. So I think hopefully that gave it a fresher lens, and I think it did.
How important do you think it is for us to tell our stories?
I think it's very important because, I mean, cultures, if you want to represent a culture like properly and accurately, you have to understand it. So I think it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. And that's one thing I didn't even mention in there. It's very important to tell our stories, because I don't want anyone else to tell a story about ABL outside of myself or W or people who was there. So it's very important. And we had a great opportunity, and we had Bill to bring it out there. So it was very important to do that.
So was there outside of the partnership splitting up with the middleman and you and Jack Daniels, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise, was there ever a moment, even filming, was there ever a moment when you were like, this might not be it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, cause man, it's times where man, I'm on one time, man. I didn't even. And my wife can say this, but I'm on one time. I didn't even have money. I had to find money in my house to go to Burger King, and that was like very humbling. And I was doing ABL at the time, but I just know that we just wasn't winning. And but we stuck with it, And we was working with the HE who was with Jack Daniels, and then lo and behold, they end up imploding, and then we just worked directly with the Connect, you know what I'm saying? So, and then it worked out. But I do remember that time that it just, it was kind of bottom, but I ain't trying to go there no more,
I did. What about you filming? Was there ever a moment when you like, this might not be the project for me?
Oh, like you're saying for this film?
Like this film in particular. Was there ever a moment where you was like, this project may not be
No, I don't think, I never thought it wasn't for me, but there were definitely, there was frustration as far as, mostly just because of how quick we had to do it, like this timeline. So certain things like music licensing, clearing certain like legal like shots, you know what I mean? You have to clear them legally. We didn't have time to do a lot of that stuff as much time as you would normally. So a lot of things that like I really loved kind of had to like get taken out because we just didn't have the time to clear it legally. So definitely like there's some things that were discouraging, but I don't know, a big part of filmmaking, I think art in general probably is problem solving.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it never is exactly how you picture in your head. Like you get close and then it's like, all right, let me figure out these little details.
Yeah. So before we get up out of here, what's your definition of success? If you had to define it in whether it's your own terms or technical, what's your definition of success?
Well, I wouldn't say it's it doesn't have to be monetarily. It can just be like, all right, I finished reading this book. All right, successful with that. It can just be something that you reached a goal on. So yeah, it can be, hey, I want to have this fat bank account, or I want to ride in this Benz or whatever. But it can be like, yo, man, I cooked my mom some dinner today by myself. I planted this seed, and I'm in my garden digging out the cilantro, and I'm cooking this meal. That can be success too. So it can just be whatever you measure that for yourself. That makes sense, you know? Yeah.
For me, I think it's just as simple as being happy and being able to be self-sufficient. I think like that's success, you know, regardless of however that looks for you. As long as you're happy inside and you don't have to ask anyone for anything, you can take care of yourself, you're successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if anybody wanted to get up with you, perhaps to come work on the set or to be a part of Art, Beats, and Lyrics, how could someone get up with you?
We're on Instagram, so just add Art, Beats, and Lyrics. I mean, we look at everything. So, you know, yeah, follow us, look out for us, and maybe we'll work with you.
I mean, yeah, my Instagram, bhorrace08. I mean, I'm not a company. I don't own a company like Jabari does, but you know, I'm just out here trying to fund my films. So yeah, hit me up if you.
You got funny.
If you got funds, you know.
You never know who might see this, or honestly, who you might inspire.
Yeah,
like, for real, I got an 11-year-old right here. You know what I'm saying? So
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
to be able to show him this and
Your assistant director.
see exactly, this is my assistant director. You never know who you may reach. So again, man, I thank y'all. I definitely appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all go get up out of here, man.
All right, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Take it easy.
Appreciate it, man. And nice to meet you, bro.